Hi, welcome everybody. It's Fantasma Methodologies. I just want to wish everybody a happy Halloween and hopefully everybody enjoys collective prayers or individual prayers for the Dia de los Muertos this coming weekend. So hopefully everybody enjoys their time with loved ones and friends. I originally wasn't even thinking of posting anything because I was like, I don't really have anything new to say about cultural appropriation for the Dia de los Muertos that already hasn't been said, even though there's still kind of a lot left to discuss. But I was thinking, I don't really have anything to say at the moment. Um, and then on Wednesday, I went out and I just had several epiphanies, and I was thinking about, well, if I do a blog post, then I'm going to put my witch's hat because I think it's cute and I like it and it's cool. And then I was thinking about witches, and I was thinking about when I was growing up, when I was younger, how I just thought it was easier for my brothers, or it was easier for men, in this world, when I was growing up, because they seemed to have more freedom. They had more freedom. And it wasn't entirely sort of a Mexican household thing, but it was also affecting, other families. And, it's something that doesn't affect just exclusively a Mexican household in terms of having freedom. And a lot of it had to do with was keeping me safe as as a young girl, as a young woman. But how stifling I found that, and how I wish that I was a dude sometimes, because I could do more stuff. I could have more freedom to go out and, I don't know, explore the world. But that didn't happen until much later. So everything happens for a reason. But in thinking about that, and just thinking how sometimes I didn't like, my own gender, I was thinking about witches, and I was thinking how, we celebrate this holiday too that's also become very commercialized, that also had its own, spiritual connections to land and people in Europe, and how it's become just simply a disfraz, and how this isn't this disfraz, this emptiness, the emptiness of memory is not divorced from my own feelings when I was growing up, in terms of feeling that I didn't like my positionality as a young girl, as a young woman, as a young girl, not being able to do the same things as my brothers did, and how it become very easy that we divorce that we don't find that there's a connection between what happened to witches in Europe, or what happened to women specifically in Europe, and what happened to women here in the Americas or any other part of the world where they were demonized, or when conquerors or Europeans came over to this continent, how they demonized women because they had political positions of power, or they were strong medicine women, and that's really what they were in different parts of the world, strong medicine women that had political power. And how this amnesia, this historic amnesia, these historical processes commercialized and commodified this, at the same time, made the feelings that I had what they were, are not entirely divorced. And that's one of the epiphanies that I was thinking about on Wednesday evening when I went out. And also in relation to that, I was also thinking about Dia de los Muertos a little bit, was that sometimes, a lot of people have been really upset about the cultural appropriation, and there's a lot to be upset about, but I was thinking, sometimes, culture lives, it has a life of its own, and sometimes it does things that we don't kind of necessarily want it to do. Kind of what happened with the mixture here in the Americas. Some of it was raped and forced, but some of it happened on its own, and, sometimes we can't control those things. We can't control life. We can't control when something breathes and lives, and how difficult we find that, confronting that sometimes. And in relation to that, I was thinking also too, with some of the cultural appropriations that's happening maybe naturally, I was thinking about all those Midwestern Latina kids who live in little towns, and they don't have access to that, but maybe it's only form that they have access to the Dia de los Muertos or Latino culture is actually from some of these cultural appropriations that we find very troubling, And, those were the only thoughts I had regarding these two holidays, and regarding witches, women, and the Dia de los Muertos. And I hope everybody enjoys their weekend, be safe, and much love, and this is Fantastic Methodologies. Bye.